What's up everybody, it's Alexi here, welcome back to another video. So in this video I want to talk about is finding your true identity with God. And the thing is, God created us all with a purpose, and God only creates things with purpose, of course. Everybody has innate past lives, gifts, talents, things bestowed upon them by God. And of course choices you make in your life do affect things that happen to you, for sure. Like you do, follow God, do you resist God, what do you choose to do in your life. Like, you definitely have a choice. Like, you can't necessarily escape your destiny, like what you're good at, for example. Like, some people are just like perhaps blessed, due to their past lives, or some people are just good, some people are bad. Some people, you can't really, in a sense, choose what family you're born into, and in a sense what life you're born into. Again, this is purely ordained by God. And you have innate gifts, talents, and callings that you have, but everybody has technically the capability to go after their highest self and make better decisions in life, whether that's like how they act, do they choose to follow God, do they seek their true highest self, do you seek to be at your best, peak performance in your, like, whatever you're good at, and do you do your duties with God, do you pray to God, and all these things are choices, and choice points. And a lot of times people don't really achieve their true high self. First of all, people are kind of lazy, people don't really want to change because change is very hard. The few individuals, usually, that are rarer, like it is rare that people do follow God and actually become their true highest self and actually like really seek to change, because change is very hard. Many people, live their entire life till they're like, I don't know, 50, till they kind of like start to, stop kind of resisting their fate and destiny and God. And a lot of people never actually come to know God. Even, today, we're very blessed to have all this information and access we have, but, humanity has never been worse, in a sense, like in terms of behavior and even just like how we innately are inside. Like, everything is kind of just like, you could say, fucked up, like everything about humans is very like corrupted, and the way we act and the way we think inside in our hearts and the way we are with other people, like the people in the past like at least had some basic like manners with like neighbors even, and stuff like that, simple stuff. But it's not like we were ever perfect, not like Adam and Eve or something that were created perfect, but like, humanity has just been getting worse in terms of like the way they act and the way they conduct behaviors, and innate even thinking has constantly just gone worse. Promiscuity and everything has gone worse. We have all these internet things nowadays and whatever. So when you think about all this, like, you have a lot of distractions, you have a lot of problems in society to deal with if you want to like reach your true highest self. So it does require some discipline on your part, making correct choices, following God, listening to God, taking heed to his guidance when he's giving you guidance in your life, and you can tell it's from God, and discerning these things. And that's really what's most important, is when you're on this path, is discerning things and making good decisions. When you make good decisions and do good things, you innately put yourself on the higher pedestal of a path for your life. When you choose to make good decisions for your body, for your spirituality, with God, following God, you're innately just going to make lighter and better decisions. You're going to be a better person. That's how innately it is. If you follow these satanic trends we have in this world, all these like promiscuity, eating too much, eating junk food, ruining your health, whatever it is, like there's so much that you could pick from to make a list. So, but anyway, basically doing evil stuff and bad stuff for your health and so on, making bad decisions, not really caring about, in a sense, at all what happens to everybody else, or even to yourself. Pretty much that's where people are at. And that's kind of like these are where choices kind of come in, but there's also this preordination, and everybody has been made for a purpose by God, including me, everybody else. Like, everybody has these like innate gifts and things they're as good at. Like, maybe you're good at, I don't know, yapping on the camera, maybe you're more innately gifted and talented to become a musician, maybe you're more good at like instruments, maybe you're good at painting, whatever it is, like innately that calls to you, everybody has that different purpose in life. And the only way to find that is kind of go into yourself and really contemplate on yourself and seek God and, you know, seek God's guidance, because God can also help guide you to whatever your destiny actually is. And once you understand God, you can also understand your fate and destiny, and you don't resist or fight against it, but you submit to God. And you're going to have a way better life when you submit to God instead of fighting against God and resisting God your entire life, unconsciously or consciously. You know, some people just lack knowledge of God and they don't understand how this world works, and that's why they're not awake to God and the greatness of God and how God can lead them in their lives. I'm not just saying this out of like not experience or just for the sake of saying that, you know, God is great and righteous and he does great things for our lives and ordains and orchestrates our lives greatly and perfectly. I'm not saying this because like just to be whatever. I'm saying this because that's how I felt when I transformed from darkness to light. Is God basically just made my life and removed people that I didn't need or want in my life anymore, honestly, and allowed me to become a better version of myself that I ever have been. So that's why I talk about God and why I think God can transform anybody from darkness to the light if you're just willing to follow God, because that's the main problem, is people aren't willing to go through the pain and hardship that it requires to become a better person. You know, it's easier to be lazy and just like watch TikTok or something, you know, and do whatever people do. And yeah, that's basically why I kind of condemn societal trends and everything else, is because God has truly shown me, and, you know, being on this faith journey has shown me that how much you can change and how much better you can be if you just put yourself to the process and go with God. And really, it has shown me how much darkness there is in the world. It has shown me how many like bad circumstances, events, and things that transpired in my life and people, in a sense, just because I was kind of stuck in that mindset and in that situation, instead of like being able to move away from it, that God led me on a path to move away from bad things. And, you know, that allowed me to be in this position now where I'm at, where I'm feeling so much better, and I don't have any like useless distractions in my life and useless bad people in my life. Like I can kind of just like basically live in my dream reality just because I'm able to go away from those circumstances, and where you live, you know, matters, where what people you have around matters, what objects you have around matters, and what things you engage with matters. So just think about all these things when you're on your path and how important these things are. And yeah, I would seek God, because God can help you get away from these dark things and bad things in your life, and that way you can get on the right path and actually enjoy life more when you find God, because God is the only thing that can really give you that fulfillment that you're so lacking. Like, you know, we all want material things in life, like, you know, I could want a nice car, I could want this and that, but like at the end of the day, like all of these are gonna only last for a little bit. You know, it's like fun, you know, like you get a new phone and a new phone next year and whatever, right? You're happy for like maybe 2 weeks or something, and then it kind of fades. That's kind of like materialism and, you know, fame and gain and all that. It's like, it's very temporary. It's like a little high and then it goes down. And that's basically like, God is constant in your life if you just seek God. God is like a constant line. It's just like, it doesn't stop, and it usually just goes higher, you know? It's either very constant or it just keeps going higher. Usually if you keep improving every day, you can always reach a better state in your life and your true high self. And in this way, we can become better people and live in a better society. If you just keep trying to improve yourself every day and understand these things and how temporary everything is, and how important it is to actually seek God and feel this void in your heart with God, rather than externally trying to seek something to fill it, because it's not possible. And that's basically what I'm trying to say in a nutshell. And you could say that's the whole channel right now. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and got something out of it. I thought it was pretty good to say. And if there's all this away, God bless, thank you. If you'd like to donate, thank you. In the description, and one-on-ones in the description as well. Thank you for watching. Amen.